This is 24 hertz on this little thing I built, little portable cymatic viewer. I'm almost done with the second one. This is this size pan. I also made you can see the reflection, I made a filter of red, blue, orange, and yellow. So each of these, this is the first prototype. I've already built the second prototype, and that one is a little bit bigger than this one. Plus, I'm waiting for more parts to come in to finish them. But you can see even this first one that I built um, looks pretty good. I bet if I turn off the other lights, it'd probably look better, because I have the lights on in my room. And these tend to look better. These tend to look better in the dark. So it's kind of cool because you're going to be able to take these, they're going to come with their own little tablet. So you can download a frequency app into it, because this is going to be a Bluetooth speaker, and they'll come with at least like 5 different pans. I'm trying to build an adjustable light setting so you can move the light up and down. Right now this one is permanently there, but I could still control the thing with the camera like that. You can see that this 24 hertz is making pretty good patterns. That's turning it up, and that's turning it down with the little volume knob. So you'll be able to get good clear images off of these. If I take off this filter, and that's kind of what it looks like with the regular light that it's going to come with. This light has a couple settings. I think it has like 9 settings on it or something. It's a lower function that's going to turn off. It's the first function. Second. Should put that in there. It's the third. Fourth. It's the brightest setting. This is the one I like to use. The last setting is the one, this is the filter right here. So it kind of just pops on the lens itself right into the light. So it's pretty easy. The newer model has a drawer, so you can store stuff in it. It's going to come with extra parts to build these pans yourself if you would like to. These parts right here, so you can glue your own pan, make your own pan. This is the biggest pan that it will come with to look at lower frequencies. Like I said, this is 24 hertz. And I'm just using a frequency app right now. I'm not using anything special. This is 25 hertz. It's not a very stable frequency sometimes, but kind of see if you get it just right with the volume knob. Kind of can see some stuff right there. Let's pop it up to 26 hertz. 26 hertz will show a little bit more. The good thing is that there's a volume knob on here that you can control the level of sound coming out of there, because that's the key. See, if you turn it up, it's just like that, but when you turn it down, you get the correct. Some stuff floating in the water there. That's the other thing, like you always want to prime the pan, like kind of get the edges a little bit wet, so when the water sits in here, It's not like bumpy all on the edges. Like, see how that kind of, now it's back, but there's some of it right there. It's a very thin pan though, so it'll show some pretty good details. And it's straight walled pan, so straight wall pans tend to show a little bit better, more symmetric geometry. But you can experiment with everything. I've done rounded pans, I've done cups, I've done all kinds of stuff, so it's always fun to try different things. This is 27 hertz now. Turn it back down. You usually want to turn it back down and try to restart it. It's 28 hertz. It's 28. 29. And you'll see when you go to do this yourself, Facebook will post this video and it'll be like flopping all over the place. But on my video, it's not. It's standing still. I mean, it's kind of flickering on these edges here, but not a lot. That's 29 hertz. There's 30 hertz. I'm actually pretty happy with this speaker being so. The new one I bought for the newer models are all going to be a lot more powerful speaker than this. So I'm going to have to make some adjustments. The first one won't have the adjustments to do bubbles, but the other ones I'm going to make adjustments so you can do bubbles, because I would like people to try those too. And I'll probably give you a mix of my mix. So that's 30 hertz. Pretty nice. I turn up the light. This does that. So the filter is kind of cool. So they just kind of pop in and out like that. So the filter is kind of nice to mess around with this, because you'll get bored looking at the same black and white images. You'll want to start to see some color and stuff. Even though I do love the black and white imagery, you can see a lot of the cool details and stuff. So yeah. If I pull this away, this is the first model. So the first model, you can control everything with this. It'll come with a microphone that's back here in the back. Kind of can't see it, but it's back there in the back. Stirring sticks, mica powder. I'm still not sure if I'm going to sell this model, just because it's not as good as the newer one, even though I did kind of put my little tag here, and I did kind of put the tag in the front too. See, I just don't like how this one kind of is a little bit, tiny bit janky compared to the newer one that I'm doing. But I started doing some light language, and I'll put my symbol in the middle. plus I ordered the proper suitcase hinges for the sides. This is what I was talking about, the lights. So the light kind of just folds up right here on this model, and then this thing kind of turns and locks it in place right there, and then you set your phone down right here on it like that. And you can kind of see that there's still some adjustment. See the darker, this is thicker, darker edges compared to over on these edges. That means you need to go towards that way, and then you kind of balance the whole thing out like that, and then you get some perfect symmetry that way. Maybe even a little bit this way, just a little bit down. The only thing I can't afford to get with these is a camera. So you gotta have your own camera or your own phone that takes video or images. But even if you don't, I mean, you can just look through it with your eyeballs. Your eyeballs actually look better than the video. This is, you know, with the camera. But when I look at it, it looks much cooler because it's more dimensional looking, you know, like I could see like going inside of there, like these are layered steps going down into the water. Even though this is a really tiny pan, you can see, you know, this one has these pans, but I got these newer pans that I found that are really nice. So this is the size I'm using right now. So there are straight walled pans. They come in these little thing from the 99-cent store. You get 2 cans for 99 cents. And can't really use this one because it's got this bumped edge bottom here. And I always feel like if you're going to be looking at this stuff, you want to have the most precise bottoms and edges. And you really do want straight walled edges. They tend to make the water flow perfectly. But like I said, I have, personally I have, you know, I have lots and lots of pans. So I have over probably 50 different kinds. So even this, I like to use this one for bubbles. And I just broke it, but that's why I like the way I built this one right here. Mine, you use a coupling, so they kind of have to pop off the speaker. But the problem is the glue comes off all the time. That was kind of annoying me. So now on these newer models, see, this is a little pudding cup. And it works actually pretty good on cymatics, even though it has a curved bottom and straight walls, but it has a little weird poofy bottom down there. And that actually works good. For bubbles, anything works fine. You just need to do that. So yeah, I'm more happier with the newer model, but I still am fixing it up a little bit, and I have to make some more improvements on it, but I'll show you. This one doesn't, that's the speaker, which this speaker actually is a lot louder than that other speaker. This one didn't have a volume knob, so I added my own volume. And then the pans will go all right here. The adjustable light will go up and down right there. This one has a little drawer down here on the bottom. It's going to store a microphone. It'll come with a microphone, a little 7-inch tablet for running frequencies and apps and music. I got a good deal on them, so I am going to include the tablet with it and a solar panel. The solar panel is a rechargeable solar panel. It's like a little, it's kind of like the size of your phone, and it'll hold up. The good thing about this one is that you're not going to have to use the volume very loud because the speaker's so powerful that one lasts 24 hours. This one only lasts 4 hours. The light doesn't last very long. That's why you need the rechargeable solar panel thing. And it's basically a solar panel, like, recharge. It's like a solar panel phone charger for USB. But that's all you need, because that's how you charge it right there on this one right here. So it's only, you're just gonna have to plug into the battery pack, and then if you're out during the day, which, you know, during the day this might not work that great, but like the lights are on inside my room right now, and you could see that this isn't really messing with it. You could see some of the other outer colored lighting might be caused from some of the other light out there, but the basic principle and standing wave is still there. So yeah, I'm just trying to get this all done, but man, it's a lot of work, because every time I start something, I come up with a better idea to make it work. So like I said, this is the first model. It's pretty small, actually, so it's kind of nice. Like I said, though, I'd like to change this thing right here, and I'd like to change that. And see the pan, you can just turn this off, and then the pan unscrews so that you could dump out your water. Usually I have a container I dump it out into right here. And you want to clean off your pan after you're done. Sorry, I had to put the phone down. You get to see nothing. Just for a second. Alright, sorry about that. But yeah, you just clean it off, and then you'll just screw it right back into the thing. These all different ones. They unscrew. They have different things right here, so you can unscrew it and screw it back on, and that's how they will stay there. This one will go inside the drawer when I get it done. I'll probably replace some of these pans in here with the other two, since I like this one. It works out the perfect size of the speaker. The higher frequencies, you got to use tinier little pans like this, and even this one, I still have to make the chapstick lid one, and you want a chapstick lid for really high frequencies, over 200 hertz, 300 hertz. You'll be able to see it if you fill this all the way to the very, very tippity top. Maybe even let the water over, like, kind of water tension hold the top of it, like a little droplet, and that one works really, really good too. So I'm making these filters right now. They're kind of a pain, because I'm trying to make little jigs. Like, this is the jig for putting the bottom on. I just put this on here, line this up, and then super glue the fitting into there. These are all the fittings. This is how I make the lenses, with these folders, and I have to cut them all up and cut each one. Each time I make one, I make 4, because I cut it into 4. So I do a purple ring, yellow, red, and orange, and then I cut them into 4 pieces, and then I put them back together. So you can see it's kind of a lot of work, but this is how I do this. So if I want people to be able to do what I do, or see the things that I see, you're going to have to be able to use the things that I use, and this is how I do it. So you're not going to be able to find this filter anywhere to buy it, so you have to make it yourself, or you have to sit there and buy the super expensive lights with multiple colors inside of it, and they're really a pain in the ass. These lights are much better, and they're not too expensive. They're like $10. So, and like I said, they have multiple settings on here. So So that's pretty good. And then the filter just kind of pops in there. The big part of the filter fits at the bottom, and then it just kind of pops right into the groove, and that's it. It's pretty simple. Doesn't look the greatest, but it works perfect, as you can see. And then it just pops right back out. So yeah, that's kind of how these ones work. Little pans, and the little lenses, the light. I don't have the tablet yet, or else I'd show you that. And I don't have the little solar panel yet. I'm still waiting on that stuff. But this is the setup, and hopefully I can get a few of them done in the next week or so. What I'm basically going to do is I'm going to be building a little assembly line over at my work, probably doing the boxes after work, because I'm not going to be able to find, I found this box, so I'm not going to be able to find these boxes, so I got to make my own boxes, so that's what I'm doing. Alright, cool.